So, as we stare into Mary's face, what's going on? She can't sleep or something? Uh, I can't sleep. Yep. What time is it, anyways? I mean, I feel like that's happened to all of us, try to sleep, but you can't. I don't know what to do. It's so late and everything's so. Ugh. And all I want to do is sleep. But every time I do, it feels like I'm just waking up half an hour later. What should I do? Well, there's a lot of things we can do, I guess. Well, what you do is read some manga, maybe not. Um, I don't know. Yeah, midnight snack. Hmm, kind of want to, but no, I won't. Then I'll just make me want to keep eating. Midnight snack would turn into a whole midnight meal, and then by that point, I'll probably be too awake to go back to sleep. Hmm, okay. Use the bathroom? I don't really have to. Besides, bathroom lights are always surprising in any house I've come across. It'll be so hard to fall back asleep once my eyes adjust to that light. Okay. Call Reginald. Can't call Reginald, it's so late. There's no doubt he's in bed right now. Besides, if he has to go work early in the next morning, I feel terrible waking up over something so silly. Call Crowin. Sometimes Crowin will stay up really late, having gone to some kind of club or something or other. Sometimes he'll even sleep over his friends' houses and leave me all alone out here in the woods. But tonight was not one of those nights. He conked on his room a little bit before I went to bed. I still faintly hear him snoring from over here. Call Twilla. I can't call Twilla, it's so late. There's no doubt she's in bed right now, and I'm sure she would not be happy to be woken up over something silly. In fact, I don't think she wanted to talk to me at all after recent events. I guess we just read a book, maybe? No, I can't. Knowing me, I'll get too wrapped up in it. Next thing I know, the sun will start shining through the window. Well, yeah, that's happened to me a lot of times. Well, not books, but manga. That's always happened to me. I always think like I'll just read a little bit, and then I marathon the entire series, and then it's morning. So, oops. And well, that just won't be good at all. Let's go back. Just go to bed, lol. Forehead. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? It never works though. I'll just shut my eyes again and try to go back to sleep. And hopefully next time I wake up, it'll actually be morning. I'll actually feel rested. Eh. My phone has just gone off. Who's calling me so late? Reginald? Why is he calling at this hour? Is he alright? Should I answer it? Curious, I answered the phone. But the call ended immediately as I did. That's strange. Should I call him back? I went to my recent calls and had attempted to call him back. I didn't realize until too late that I accidentally video called him too. Just accidentally video. Now I wonder. Well, I mean, doesn't that happen? That's called like butt calling, or what do you call it? Something like that. When you have like a phone, in your pocket, especially your back pocket, you accidentally call someone because you just accidentally press the buttons. Anyway, butt call. Reginald? Ah, Mary. I can see you. Yes, I can see you too. Sorry, I didn't mean to video call, but did you call me just now? Oh, haha. Did I? Many apologies. I must have dialed you by accident. I'm very sorry if I woke you up. No, it's okay. You didn't actually. Um. Okay. Why are you up so late? Who, me? Oh, just some work-related things, that's all. Why are you up so late? Why are you up so late? Ask me a question. I want to ask you a question. I just can't seem to sleep tonight, that's all. Ah, I see. Seems like you and me both won't be getting much sleep. So that's my night. But what about you? Are you feeling okay? Why do you ask? Well, you certainly look very tired. Yeah, I guess. But I just can't sleep. Sorry, you said you're busy, right? I shouldn't distract you. Hey, no, don't say that. I'm glad to be talking to you at any time of the day. Why? Huh? I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble understanding. Every time we hang out together, it seems like something bad happens. I just feel like... I don't know. You're still so nice to me. I don't understand how you haven't gotten upset with me yet. Do people get upset with you a lot? Hey now, it's alright. Hey now. You're a rock star. Get your game on. Well, I'm just reminded of that song anyway. I just enjoy spending time with you. Truthfully, I am someone who doesn't have a lot of friends. And it's okay living like that for a while, but it gets very lonely. You know, that's why I kill people. I mean, what? And then I was invited to that funeral, the one I had met you at. I was surprised I had even been invited. I think it was just a formality, but I went anyways. I'm not sure why. Something just told me that I should. And then I met you. Honestly, I was surprised you even remembered me when we met back at the library. Of course I remember you. We talked quite a bit that day. Okay, yeah, flashback to the very first time they met was when, you know, they went to a funeral and they somehow met up, I guess. If I think about it, I can remember it well. It was a particularly cold day despite it being summer, but the funeral was still held outside. It's how I was able to attend after all. You stood right next to me. I noticed your red hair. I had never seen anyone with red hair like yours before. Really? It's quite typical of, you know, anime characters though, to have red hair. Never in my life. We didn't talk much during the service, but well, of course, we wouldn't have. Afterwards, you and your group you were with decided to eat at my family's diner. I didn't even know it belonged to you back then, but even still, I sat at the counter by myself for a few minutes. Rather than sit with the rest of your group, you instead chose to come sit at the counter with me. Why did you do that? I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to do at the time. You just interested me. Yeah, I've been told I'm interesting before. You know something? I felt more comfortable sitting next to you than anyone else there. Why is that? I don't know. I guess it just felt like you were someone like me. Someone alone. Besides, I have figured that I might not see you again after that day, so I didn't want to let it pass me by. But I guess I was silly to worry. Honestly, I'm surprised that you even remember me. I feel like, well, when I talk to people at the funerals I find myself in, I feel like I don't really see them often, if ever again. Maybe when they're visiting their loved ones again, but, well, I don't know. I don't feel like anyone remembers me. They may remember that someone odd was there during that time, but I never know how much they really remember about me. Well, to me, I think it'd be impossible to ever forget you. You know, this little scene here where their eyes are being covered, for some reason it looks creepy to me. I don't know why. They're evil for some reason. Anyway, I unintentionally yawned pretty loudly right then. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, don't be. Like we discussed, it's late, and I hate to keep you up. But well, before we hang up, would you like to do something soon? Like what? I don't know. But I think you could really use something to brighten things up. Will you meet me by your old diner tomorrow morning? I have had an idea that I think will be even better than anything we attempted before. You know, nothing bad will totally happen. Just like before as well. Plus, I just really like to see you again. Yeah, I think I like that too. Wonderful. But we can discuss the details of that more tomorrow. Good night, Mary. Good night, Reggie. Reggie? I'm sorry. That just slipped out of me. I don't know where that came from. Oh, keep it for me. I like the sound of it. Oh, well, if you're sure. Well, here's Reggie, signing off. Over and out. Copy that. After that, I lay back down onto my bed. It felt much cozier all of a sudden. So much easier to just drift off to sleep. I was up and awake early the next morning, a bit earlier than I even had anticipated. I was unsure if it was because I had so much difficulty staying asleep that night, or because I was now feeling excited to see what was that Reggie had planned. Regardless, I made my trip to the front door of the diner as Reggie had instructed me to do so. As a plane flies overhead, on the outside of my window, it still felt weird to see the place so empty. But I wasn't going to think of all that stuff right now. Today was going to be a good day. Definitely. I was going to get my mind off things. Before I knew it, Reggie pulled up in his old car. He was smiling and rolled down the windows to say, "Come on, get in." And then we were on our way. The adventure of a lifetime. Now, thank you again, by the way. No need to thank me. I do like, by the way, the little, slight animation here. And as I said before, Again, the one thing I would like praise the game for would definitely be the effort that they put in for the art. The art style looks fine, and I do like the little animations they have. Very small, very slight, very few frames, but it's nice, I guess. I've been needing a de-stressor myself. Sometimes life goes ways you don't expect, and when that happens, it's nice to try and take a break. Yeah, you're right. Say, where are we going anyways? You still haven't told me. Well, if I tell you, that might just ruin the surprise. Why's it gotta be a surprise? Don't you like surprises? Do you? Well, no, not really, but still. I think it'll be better if it's a surprise. Can I guess? If you want to. I bet you're taking me to... a museum. A museum, maybe. The beach? A garden. Say museum. Really? Yeah. You strike me as the type of person who would like them. Honestly, if I didn't know already what you did for a living, you kinda look like you might work at one. Well, I do appreciate artifacts. Good guess. So I got it right? No. I just think your guess also sounds like a pleasant idea. Maybe we'll plan a day for that too. Where else can we go though? We're driving pretty far out. I don't think I've ever been down these roads before. Where are we headed anyways? This is getting suspicious. Well, I will admit it's somewhere a bit out of town, but I thought that might be a good thing too. Everything back home has been very hectic, hasn't it? I think it's nice to forget that place exists sometimes. Has it been hectic for you? Only sometimes. I suppose things could be affecting me a lot worse. But with all the rumors floating around, well, it certainly doesn't make day-to-day life all that pleasant. Yeah, I understand. But hey, that's another reason I like spending time with you so much. Oh? When I hang around you, things don't feel quite as hectic. I just get to focus on spending time with a friend. Friend zone. Really? It feels hard for me to believe that you think that all at times. I feel like something hectic is always happening when we're together. Maybe. But I don't think there's anyone else I'd rather spend these moments with. You really mean that? I do. Hey, we're almost there. Really? Just a few more blocks and... When we arrived, I couldn't believe it. He had taken me to... Disneyland! No, an aquarium. Oh, yeah. Really? I couldn't think of anything more calming than watching the fish swim along. Do you like it? Like it? I love it. What are you just standing there waiting around for? Come on, let's go. I grabbed Reggie by the hand and dragged him inside after me. An aquarium. I was so excited. How did you know I always wanted to go? Penguins. Wow. I haven't been to one in these in so long. I didn't know they have outside animals now too. Indeed they do. I think it's quite nice being able to see them up close like this. They're so cute. What kind of penguins are these anyways? Oh my, that's not a very nice name at all. Maybe they've done something to deserve it. No way. I refuse to believe something so cute could do something so bad. Oh, I don't know about that. Says, Yender. What? He's wearing a costume? Yes, or more like a cape with a hood? Oh goodness, look at this. This cape is just the cutest. I will say, it seems very fitting for you. You look like an anime girl. You think so? Why do gift shops have to be so expensive? Do you want it? Huh? I don't mind paying if you really want it that badly. No. I'll think about it. And I have my own money anyways. I have your sure. Look at all the jellies. Jellies? Yeah. What else would you call them? Fair point. They're so pretty. You know something? Despite their elegant appearances, I hear they're not very bright. That's pretty silly, I think. Aren't jellyfish like immortal, by the way? At least certain types of jellyfish, I think, are immortal. They literally live forever. At least they can't die from natural causes anyway. I'm sure they're smart in their own way. Well, I guess they had to be to survive with the rest of us, huh? When I'm running around, I always forget how nice it is to just sit down. That is until I'm actually doing it. I can't remember the last time I walked this much. Yeah, I know I can. Now that we've got a bit to sit, what's been your favorite part so far? My favorite? Well, I think that's a really hard decision. I liked everything. Though I guess I really like seeing. Oh wow, choose one of them, I guess. I mean, I don't know if this matters. I'm saving, but I'm a saveaholic. I always just save at every decision, even though it doesn't really matter too much. Just in case, in case the game crashes, even if it's super rare, you never know. If it's like 0.0000001% the game will crash. I like having constant saves to make sure that I can get back to where I was. I don't know. Actually, what it would be? Sharks are pretty. Sharks are, they have a bad reputation. Actually, they're scary, but they don't actually kill as many humans as you think. It's probably because of the movie, right? Jaws or whatever. Pufferfish, manta ray, seahorses, octopus. You know what? If I had to, if I had to pick a favorite animal, sea animal, out of all this anyway, I like turtles. You can't hate turtles, well, then again, there are definitely the type of turtles that are a lot bigger, and they can definitely snap your hand off. But I didn't know we get to pet them. Their shells are so smooth. Maybe we could go to a petting zoo next time. Although I know petting zoos don't smell quite as nice. Besides, there's something I've always liked about the water. Yeah, I get what you mean. There's a different kind of comfort in the water. It feels relaxing and calm, even when there's so much that lives deep down. How about you? What's been your favorite part? Truthfully, well, I think I just enjoy spending time with you the most. What a cop-out answer. Hey, you can't say that. Now, if you're like a jerk for my answer, don't. I just appreciate the company, that's all. Well, thank you again for bringing me. I'm having a really nice time. I can't remember the last time I had a day as nice as this. Well, thank you for coming. I'd go by myself, but where's the fun in that? I understand the value in time alone, and honestly, I think I appreciate it more than most people. But always being on your own gets lonely too. Makes you go a little crazy, just a little crazy. You get what I mean? Makes me glad I met you too. I appreciate being able to share experiences like this with you. Yeah, I understand. Though I'm kind of the opposite. I don't think I really like being alone with that much. I think loneliness is miserable. You don't enjoy being by yourself? Even every now and again? Honestly, not really. Well, that's why I was said before in the very beginning, Mary definitely is an extrovert. Opposite of me. But you're always at the cemetery, aren't you? Forgive me, but I can't imagine one would make many friends there. I like to think of them as being my friends, I'm giving them flowers all the time. Somebody in there's gotta appreciate it, right? Do they? Save again. I hope they do. I know I would. You would. Yeah, I would. To know that someone's caring even if they don't know me. That's a nice thought, isn't it? That someone you don't even know cares about you? I suppose it is. But doesn't it mean even more when somebody does know you? Yeah, I think it does. I think anyone would choose spending time with a friend over spending it with a stranger. Well, would you? Me? I spend time with... I don't know if it matters, but let's say a friend. Though it feels like I'm lying when I say that. How so? Well, I don't have many friends. If any. Even the friend I do have, I knew him since childhood. So, does it count? He doesn't count, apparently. Would he still want to be my friend if we had never grown up together? But the first time he met me was on the street or a public place. Would he even be my friend? Or just someone passing by? Still, though, I enjoy the company of the few friends I do have, regardless of how we became friends, I think. But I don't know if we've seen any other friends that Mary had. She says friends plural. I don't think Twilla counts. So it's really only just Reggie and Krovid, Does that count as few? Anyway. You're my friend, right? No. I actually despise you, Mary. This was all a trick. I pranked you. It was all a prank. Get pranked. No. Because I'm really grateful for that. Because, well, making friends hasn't always been an easy thing for me. I was actually kind of shocked when you reached out to me, I guess. Why wouldn't I? You were always so pleasant to me when we spoke. Maybe, but no one ever, follows up with me. I was just a strange girl they met at a funeral once. We spoke about this, didn't we? I only really meet people through funerals. And well, I can understand why I don't see them again after that. Who want to be friends with that creepy girl who hangs on the cemetery all day? All she does is stand there and talk to herself. Okay. I've got a nickname, you know. I've heard them say it. Cemetery Mary. Another title drop. You know, it's funny, again, Mary says, how she's, strange and everything. How, I hang out cemeteries all day, you know, I'm so weird. I don't know, it comes across as, I'm so weird, XD, you know, it's kind of it's not that weird? I don't know. Anyway, but maybe it's because we're seeing the story from her eyes, so that's why she seems so normal. At least to me, anyway. I guess. That's the reason. It just doesn't feel that way, you know? Every time she says, I'm weird, you know? It's kind of you're just telling me that. You're not actually weird, though. Except maybe, I don't know. I mean, the one time, I guess, she came across as a little bit weird was when she was crazy about the symbols, right? You know, she was dragging Reginald all wrong and trying to show that, oh no, these books disappeared. I'm not crazy, you know? That was a funny part, I guess. But we know why is the thing as the reader, so we know why she was acting that way. So really, in the end, she's not really all that weird. I don't know. Anyway. Cemetery Mary, it's what they call me. At least it's what the people who remember me call me. Do you like it? Yeah, I guess. It's better than scary. It's better than Bloody Mary. Let's see, we're there. It's better than Bloody Mary. That's what kids used to call me back when I went to public school. You stopped? Yeah. Kids weren't very kind to me. No one really wanted to be my friend. I was weird, you know? Weird. Even as a kid, I always wanted to be in the cemetery. Kids used to say I was a witch, using the power of the dead to spread curses something or another. Or visiting my past victims. I don't know. Kids are mean. And my parents never really helped. Have you... I mean, the only weird thing, I guess only would be the horns, but isn't that just hair? You know, I wonder actually, well, maybe it actually is horns? And she's covering it with hair. I wonder if that's actually a thing. I don't know. Because I always wonder why she has weird hair horns. That's just a bad head, you know, bed hair or whatever. Can't you just comb that down, you know? But maybe, actually, does she actually have horns? I wonder. I feel like that's the implication. Actually, she's actually a demon, and that's just never been revealed, you know. And then she hides her horns of hair. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, my eyes are too weird, too big. Your eyes are too anime, I guess, Mary. Too creepy. You aren't creepy. Children are just cruel. Yeah, I know. That's what Mom and Dad used to tell me too. Though I do think it's better hearing it from someone else. Thanks, I guess. I mean, I guess I can't deny how much time I spend there. Can I ask you something? About the cemetery? Yeah, of course. Well, maybe it's not really the cemetery itself, but the funerals. You seem to be awfully good at finding your way into them. So much so that it feels as though many don't get upset with you. It's quite remarkable, really. But I suppose my question is, why? Why? Yes. What is it about them that makes you want to attend? Honestly, I think they're sweet. The idea behind them, at least. It's tragic to lose a friend, of course. I felt that loss more times than I like to think about. I felt it pretty recently, and it's terrible. But there's something wonderful in the process, I think. Have you ever seen so many people get together in one place? People always call out for things. They can't make it to your birthday, they can't be there for the holidays, but everyone comes to a funeral. And you know why? Because they love that person. Whether they were their best friend or they hardly knew them, they still come, because they impacted them enough to come. They meant enough to them during their life that they came to say goodbye. The more people there are, the more you know how loved they were. Can you imagine that? Being loved so much. Having so much of an impact on someone else, that so many people come to your funeral. Because they'll miss you? and because they love you. I see. That's why I like to go. Because you can feel it. I can feel how much people love the deceased. It's heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the same time. I've never really thought of it like that. But I want to now. That must be such a beautiful feeling to experience, and such a beautiful way to look at it. Okay. Lost saving. I'm scared. Everyone has so many people who care about them. Even after they're dead, they have a moment where they are surrounded by friends. I don't have friends. No one's going to care. Mary, that isn't true. I know that I can't speak for other people, but I hope you know that I'd care. And I'd never forget you either. I don't want to sound like I'm crazy, but you've had more of an impact on me than anyone I ever met before. I'm like you. I don't have many friends, and after meeting you, well, I think I realized how miserable it really is to live like that. I didn't realize how bad it was, until I actually had someone I could call my friend. And to think that you think that if you were gone, you wouldn't be missed. That is unimaginable to me. I do not think I'm a very memorable person, but if it means anything, I can promise you that you are unforgettable. I'll always remember you. In this life, the next, and the one after that. And that's a promise. You're my best friend. Friend zone. Okay. I don't know, just say thank you, I guess. That means a lot to me. It's funny, I say thank you, but then she's also said the other one. Anyway, it does help a bit. I don't like to think about it, but even though there's only a few people who remember me, or even just one person, it makes me happy knowing it'd be you. Of course, I could never forget you. It's been a few days since then. I feel a lot closer to Reggie ever since our day at the aquarium. Although he's been so busy with work, I hadn't gone to see much of him since. But I don't feel lonely. He sends me texts all the time, so even when I am lonely, or when am I lonely? Even when I'm alone, I don't quite feel alone. It's nice to be alone, but not lonely. Besides, I had a nice day by myself actually. Sometimes it's nice to just return to the cemetery for a normal day after so much chaos. I made sure I put at least one flower in every grave today. But soon my head started to hurt again. I felt very dizzy. I took a small rest sitting down by myself. I told myself that I wouldn't let myself black out again. I'd just sit here for a few minutes and then get back up and head home if I was feeling really bad. But that's not what happened though. I truthfully didn't mean to fall asleep, I didn't. She always says that, doesn't she? Said, but down mausoleum, okay, okay, this is when, I was so tired, I realized I fell asleep. Back here, this always happens. I always accidentally sleeps here. And then she's stuck in the rain. So I'll just skip most of this. Okay. A Reginald Chula or a mystery number. We never call it a mystery number, but, we'll save that for later. Because, spoilers, but mystery number is related to another thing. But for now, though, I guess we'll just do Reginald's scene again. But we already did this one, though, but, I don't want to bother him, but I really don't think I had any other choice in this scenario. Oh, the phone ring real times and picked up. Mary, it's a bit late, isn't it? Is everything alright? Yeah. Well, actually, I kinda missed my last bus home. I was hoping maybe I could stay with you tonight instead. Yes, of course. Where are you now? I'll be right over. Thank you. Okay. It seems to be the same. I can't skip it, though. We're grateful to have a friend as generous as he is. I hope that one day I'll be able to return the favor. Saw the faint outline of Reggie's old car. Went out to meet him even though it was raining. Held the passenger door open for me. Told him it was silly to do that. I hope it wasn't too late. You caught me in the middle of getting ready for bed, actually. Want to get rechanged. If you're right now in my home pajamas, okay. This is the same, by the way. I've seen this scene before. Thinking, she'll brought an umbrella. Step inside. Pretty gross smell, by the way. She mentioned a pretty gross smell that still lingered last time she was here. She didn't mention it, though, so I wasn't going to either. Didn't want to embarrass him. Went upstairs. Hallway, goes to the apartment. Now, this is, again, classic example of something that really just doesn't need to be here. Just like a lot of like text, no music, and just black screen. It's just like, I don't know, could be cut. Anyway, I try to be quiet as we don't have much since there are any neighbors. I noticed a few boxes and other junk outside of one of the doors. I don't know if we saw that before. Was someone moving? Lots of people have been moving out recently, he whispered to me. Not like I can blame them. Our landlady hasn't spoken to us in a while. I think they might take her to court soon. I see. You, you don't say, huh? Alright. This should be the same. Apologize for mess. We're coming. We'll clean ahead of time. I can't skip this for some reason. I'm gonna go through it a little bit fast because I assume this is the same, right? There's like slightly different dialogue, you know? Thank you for having over. It's nice to be here again, you know, because we've been here before, technically. We get such a bad look at this time. Now I'm all sick. I suppose that's true. Don't worry about sleeping under the couch. You can sleep. You take the bedroom. I'll sleep out here. I can't take your bed too. Nonsense, I insist. Much better sleep. Going to work in the morning? Oh, don't worry. I'll be fine. Just realize, is everything okay? You don't have pajamas. Okay, so he'll go get pajamas for us. Okay, not worry, no offense. Buy something real quick. Blah, 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 blah. There's a will, there's a way. Alright, I'm just gonna... I can skip most of this. Skip, I can't skip it, though. I can look around, though, actually. Oh, no, this is a little bit different. You know, similar to how we investigated his house before in Troller's Route, we didn't really get a chance to do so. I think? I don't think we got a chance to do so last time, but I don't know. Like when we were in like Province routes. But let's see. Look at the end table. Yeah, okay, this is different. We're seeing something else here. Who's this? If found, return to Maelstrom? Keep him. I look over to Reggie's end table and sat behind the couch. He had a stack of some books, as well as what looked like a picture with a friend? Maybe? A brother? Relative? I don't know. It's a cute picture. I like it. Though it's quite curious. Reggie said he's had trouble making friends, right? Although this does seem like an old picture. I wonder who this person is then. Maybe I'll ask him later. It's a bit different, alright. Look in the kitchen. I decided to go look in the kitchen. I know Reggie said I could help myself, but I still felt a bit weird about it. Still though, it's not hard to not be curious. Or it is hard not to be curious about what he has in here. Look in the cupboards. I look in the cupboards that line up his apartment wall, and as many cupboards do, they held cups, and some dry ingredients too. And also, there's a lot of cleaning products in here. I don't know how I feel about that, I'll be so close to the food. Hey, wait, is that the rat poison? When Reggie gets back, I should tell him he shouldn't keep stuff like this so close to where he eats. Maybe he has it here to keep the rats away? I don't know. I still don't like it. You know, didn't we say, like, you know, not to use the rat poison? He still has it, though. I guess he couldn't throw it away. Look in the fridge. Is there any antifreeze in there? I took a look in Reggie's fridge. There wasn't a lot. I can see that he's running low on milk, too. He's a coffee drinker, right? Wait, it's one of the things he's picking up. I guess that makes me feel a little less bad about him going midnight shopping for me. For good measure, I checked his freezer, too. There's not much in here either, but there are some flowers that he looks like he's preserving. Wonder what those are for. Flowers, eh? Do you crush them up and make it into poison? I don't know. Leave the kitchen. I start the kitchen area for now. Let's go in the bathroom. No, I can't. No, while he's at home at least. Or not bathroom, rather, bedroom rather. I just feel weird about it. Bedroom. Check the bathroom. I didn't really have to use the bathroom just yet, but I decided to take a quick peek anyways. It's a small bathroom, a bit on the cramped side. There's a sink, a toilet, and a stand-up shower, but not much else. I wonder how much rent is here. I hope it's worth such a tiny bathroom. Side room. I noticed Reggie had a door down a small hallway in his apartment. I wondered what this room is for. Maybe an office, since all the necessities were covered. Curious, I made my way over and turned the handle. Locked. Well, that's strange. I wonder what's inside. Might just be a utility room or something. Or maybe that's just where he stores his poisons, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure those are usually in the basement. Watch TV. I guess nothing else to do. So a little bit, slightly different, because we're doing his route and everything. I guess a more in-depth look into his place, you know? The best thing I could probably do right now was just to watch some TV. Plop myself on his couch, turn on the TV. There were some commercials playing, so I didn't know what the show was on yet. It was on at this hour anyways. Before I knew it, I heard the sound of a door unlocking and Reggie was walking through the front door. Up behind him, got some plastic bags, shot his coat, put some stuff away in his kitchen, then he came back and sit beside me. So, what are you watching? Oh, I don't know. Nothing particular? Would you like to watch something? Go to TV remote. Maybe we can watch something. Okay. I mean, we already saw all these options before. Let's choose horror. You know, why not? Let's watch horror. None of it matters. Watch the horror. Yes. You know, I have to say, I'm a bit surprised. After getting to know you, I wouldn't take you as the kind to like these kind of movies. I like some of them. I'm not really scared by them because I know it's all just actors and special effects. But I think some can have really cool ideas, so it's nice to see. I understand. I'm actually a bit of a fan of horror myself, you see. Really? Mm-hmm. Though I'm like you, they don't really scare me, but I like seeing what they try to do. Reggie and I sat and watched TV for a while. It's pretty nice. But eventually I started to feel tired. I think Reggie could tell too. I yawned as I stood up off the couch, thanking him once again for letting me use his room to sleep. It's not a problem at all. I left the pajamas in the bag for you. I think they should fit. Good night, Mary. Oh, one last thing. If you need to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, I know this apartment can be a bit difficult to maneuver in the dark. There's a flashlight in my desk drawer if you need it. Just try not to shine it at me while I'm asleep on the couch. I thanked Reggie once more and wished him a good night as well. I do think it was a bit funny, though. Does he not know my phone comes with his own flashlight when needed? Yeah, that's a thing to do. I don't know. You don't want to waste the battery, right? You know, if you use a flashlight on the phone, it goes down pretty quickly. At least my phone, anyway. I took a step into Reggie's room, closing the door softly behind me. I flicked on the light switch and I turned on the lamp at the other side of the room. It gave off a very faint light, making the room very dim. I'm sure it looked better in natural lighting, but right now it was a bit hard to see. Still, it looked as if Reggie didn't have very much in his room at all. I could see his bed, and the nightstand, and the vanity too. Was this the desk he was talking about? Other than the built-in closet, there was nothing else I could really see in here. Though I guess when you have a whole apartment to yourself, you don't need to shove all your stuff into the bedroom. I reached down and gathered the pajamas he had bought for me. They were simple, standard pajamas, though they felt really soft. I had to remember to pay him back for all these. I got changed and left my clothes on the end of the bed. Then I crawled into his bed. I felt it smelled really clean as if it had been recently washed. Even though I felt cozy, I still felt built weird and bad about sleeping in Reggie's bed. I guess it was too late now. It's okay, I'll just have to find some way to make it up to him. The way he always does for me. I lay back down and closed my eyes. Nothing left to do but sleep. I had a pretty nice sleep, actually. Reggie's bed felt comfier than my own, but that only made me feel all the worse for taking it from him. I got dressed in my usual clothes, carefully stepped out of the bedroom door. After all, if Reggie was still asleep, I didn't want to wake him, but to my surprise, no one there. Knocked on the door, no one answered, because he had a note. Mary, so sorry to leave you alone this morning. How did you manage to attend to? Help yourself, any food? Use the key, thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is the same, actually. This is the same, though. Left the apartment. What do you do today? It's been a few days. A few days passed. Nothing all that eventful has happened, though I guess when it comes to me, that's probably a good thing. Haven't got any new messages from that strange number in days. It's a bit worrying since I don't know any more about my parents' whereabouts than I did before. I'm trying not to dwell on it too much. It's been difficult, though. I've been very alone with my thoughts recently. I spend so much time with Reggie lately, I forgot how sad I can get when I'm all by myself. Reggie. Not that he's been ignoring me or anything. In fact, he messages me almost every day. But all he really tells me is that he's been so busy lately. Not lucky to blame him. It seems like he's always been taking time off to see me recently. It's no wonder he's so backed up. He always says he wants to see me again soon, but he has to take care of things first. I hope he gets them all done soon. But no, it's fine. I don't mind that much. It's not always bad to be alone, right? I've just been sitting at home. Or rather the cabin, although it's still not home. I must admit there are a few things cozier than watching the sunset from the windows. I was about to start getting changed into pajamas when... a message? From Twilla? Uh-oh. When Twilla messages you, bad things always happen, I feel like. Uh-oh. I opened my messages app. I was receiving multiple texts from Twilla, spamming themselves one after another. No, not Mary. I said 911. Okay. Is this speech text? Ducking phone getting me killed? Okay. He's trying to use the the phone to like call 911, but like she can't. Not you can't use. She can't use her hands for some reason. Is that what it is? Siri, get me 911. You know? Did you want Mary? Fourth Avenue. Fourth Avenue. Huh? What? What was this? Is Twilla trying to call 911? Fourth Avenue? Is she okay? I have to go make sure, you know? Not call 911 ourselves, just go to where she is ourselves, I guess. Waiting for the bus to arrive, I dialed 911. Oh, okay. Well, finally, you know? Nobody on the end of the characters just think to do that. Dial 911 first before you go into dangerous situations, you know? Luckily, the bus still runs in this hour. I told the authorities about how I think someone I know is in danger. They say they'll send a team right away. I don't know why I'm going. I guess I'm just really worried. Twilla was investigating the killer after all. Even though I don't know her overly well, for someone like Twilla to call the police, she must be in danger. And I said I would help her, right? Maybe if I had been there to help her, then she wouldn't be in danger right now. And I started to run as soon as I got off the bus. I couldn't see any police. What happened to that team they supposedly sent out? It felt like no one was on the streets right now, including Twilla. Suddenly, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I ran up and down the streets trying to find her. I wanted to call her name, but I was scared an unintended party might hear. All I could do was run down the sidewalks and glance down every alley I could see, hoping to find her. When? Mary, what are you doing out here out at this hour? Reggie, I need your help. Huh? What's the matter? What's happened? It's Twilla. She's in danger. She tried calling the police, but called me instead. She's not answering any of my messages, and I called the police for her, but I don't see them anywhere, and it's my fault. I shouldn't have been there, and Whoa, calm down now. It's alright to be worried about her, but if you think she's in danger, then you really shouldn't be out here. I have to be. I have to make sure she's safe. What if she's in danger? What if she encountered the Blackwood Butcher? You know, something we just haven't really been... something we just haven't touched upon the entire route, I feel like. Except that one point in the restaurant. Well, is that even more of a reason not to be outside? You have to help me look for her. Pardon? Please, Reg, we gotta find her. It could literally be a matter of life and death. Mary, that's... Please, Reggie. I spun around him and started tugging on his arm. We have to find her. The longer we wait, the worse the situation we can get. Mary, let go. Please. Oh. Scissors. Huh? No, they always say you shouldn't run with scissors, you know. Maybe he ran with scissors. Something fell out of Reggie's jacket and onto the sidewalk. There's some scissors. A pair of bloody scissors. Don't worry, Mary. It's not blood. It's red paint. You know, I was just doing some arts and craft outside, you know, in the alleys, and I got some paint on it. That's Mary. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't have time to process any of it. But I knew I had to get away. I ran and ran and I ran all night and day, as fast as my legs could carry me. I was hoping to lose him in the alleyways, and I ran away from that yandere. Anyway, but in trying to get lost, trying to get lost, there's something that I found. Oh. Jump scare. What does that sound? Why you gotta jump scare me like that, developer? Anyway, well, suddenly, Reggie was pinning me against the wall. Mary, my dear, why are you making that face? Wasn't she so mean to you? She made you cry. Don't you remember that? Why did you come out here? I feel as though you're doing this on purpose. Are you doing this on purpose, Mary? This is funny to you. Maybe I should make things hilarious then. I couldn't understand what was happening. Reggie, this isn't the Reggie I know. Reggie was so nice to me. Reggie was my friend. He was my friend. This hand around my neck. Just who does this belong to? I wanted to do it a little cleaner, you know. As clean as I've been doing it. Unfortunately, she didn't give me much of an option. But that's fun, isn't it? She's a fun one, isn't she? Real fun. But don't feel left out. Now that you've caught me, we can finally have some of our own fun. because I know what you'll do. The second you're out of my sight, you'll tattle on me. And well, I just can't have that. So how will I silence you? Well, I just clean my scissors, you know? I'll miss that pretty voice of yours, but it won't be for long. But you've got those pesky little hands too, of yours too, don't you? Those hands that know how to write and sign and tear my life apart. It's alright. We can take those too. I know you don't understand it yet, but don't you worry. I promise you that it's for the best. Now, why don't you open that little pretty mouth of yours? It'll be over quicker if you do. What is all this? What's happening? This isn't Reggie. This can't be Reggie. This doesn't make any sense. Let me go. Put me down. Suddenly, he kneed me right in the stomach. Ow. Holding me against the wall, he forced his hand right into my mouth and pulled my tongue out. Isn't that a hard thing to do? It's just literally with his hands? That would hurt. Don't worry. It will only take a second. Okay. Okay, I thought he would like literally rip out her tongue, but actually, he is using the scissors. Bad end. Not quite the cat. Not quite the cat? What does that mean? You mean like the curiosity killed the cat or something? It's quite a ending screen right there. You know, congratulations! You were dating with a psychopath, as it turns out. You know? Who's the bigger psychopath? Twila or Reginald? I guess Reggie kills people, so I mean, I guess he's a bigger psychopath, but I feel like Twilla's also... But I mean, Twila did kill someone, actually. In her bad end, anyway, she does kill Crovin. So, yeah, they're both equally psychos. Anyway, Reggie, though, as it turns out, just cuts out your tongue. I assume cuts out the tongue, rips off the hands, and then keeps you as a pet forever in his basement? I don't know. Either that or he kills you. I mean, I don't imagine cutting out your tongue like that you would survive, if you don't have like medicine right after. You will probably die from the blood loss, is the thing. And even like cutting off the hands as well. I mean, and assuming that Reginald does not want any witnesses and does not want you to put Mary in the hospital, she will probably die. And he'll probably keep her corpse in his room forever, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so that was a bad end, though. Let's try to get a good end. I don't know if there is a good ending, like good quote-unquote ending with Yandere psychopath killer, but I guess we'll see. Bad end was definitely like we were at the bad place. We were at bad place. We were at the what's the thing? We were at the wrong place, the wrong time. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, let's try again though. Let's see. So let me just start from over here. So I'm gonna like do everything over again. So I'll do like skip a lot of stuff, but let's see. So alright, so after getting the bad end for Reginald, now we're back all the way here. After we got picked up by the movie theater, when it was raining, back to his house, and now after watching TV, we're lying in his bed. And well, now what? There's nothing left to do but sleep. This apparently is new. Because I can't skip this. Let's see. Oh, okay. I woke up to a throbbing headache. It was like I could feel my heart beating in my head. And each beat was another surge of pain. What time was it? Peering over to the window, I could see it was still night. All I want to do is go back to bed. But I definitely can't sleep with a headache as strong as this. Does Reggie have medicine? He's gotta have some kind of painkillers, right? I don't want to steal medicine from him, but... I'm sure he'll understand. There's just no way I can stay like this. It feels just like all this intense pressure building in my head. I have to do something. I pulled the string on the lamp next to the bed and it lit up. Still as dim as before. I went to go reach for my phone. My phone's not here? I could have sworn I put it here before I went to bed. I got up and checked my clothing. It wasn't anywhere there either. Maybe I left it on the coffee table outside. Whatever, I can look for it in the morning. Right now I just need to be able to see. Okay, so there is a reason to use the flashlight because, it's funny, she was so smug. She was like, oh, I can just use my phone. Oh, whoops, I don't have my phone, I guess it's a good thing Reggie told me about that flashlight. I walked over to the shadowy outline of the vanity and leaned down, opening the drawers. It was still a bit hard to see what Everything was, though. Had to be in here, though, right? Grab something, alright, I don't know if it matters. Necessarily, right here. Page. Oh, actually, I need to rotate my saves again. Nah, whatever, just rotate the very beginning right here. Grab this one. I reached in and tried to grab something. It felt round like a flashlight, but when I held it up to the light, I could see it wasn't that at all. It was some kind of container. I hadn't really seen one much like it before, and inside was a bright pink liquid. It reminded me of stomach medicine. Was it? I unscrewed the cap and took a whiff. It definitely didn't smell like medicine. It smelled like, almost like maple syrup. What was this? What's it doing in here? I don't know if I want to keep holding it. Okay, grab another thing, I guess. I reached in, tried to grab something, felt around like a flashlight, but when I held it up, it was some kind of container. Okay, well, I mean, you know how I made that joke? How, like, when we first went to Reginald's place, and how he, I was thinking, like, he would definitely pick some hair out of Mary and keep it for himself. I mean, as it turns out, some kind of container. I haven't really seen one much like it before. Inside it looked like strands of hair. It was hard to see against the light, but it seemed like it was a similar color to my hair. But this couldn't be my hair, right? Why does he have this? I don't know if I want to keep holding it. Alright, grab something else. I reached in and tried to grab something. It didn't feel like a flashlight at all, but I couldn't help but to grab it and try to make sense of it. They felt like small, individual paper-like pieces. Holding them to the light, I tried to get a better look at them. Okay. Alright. I mean, this is me, right? I don't understand. Why are there pictures of me in here? I don't remember any of these. This is, I mean, it's not that bad, right? This is when she was sleeping on the couch. This is when she was in the cemetery, I guess. And I guess this is in the hardware store? Was it the hardware? Well, he was taking pictures while she was looking around for his stuff, I guess. Oh my god. I keep pictures of my friends all the time! Haha! Says Mary. I don't know about that. Yeah! Totally! I put the pictures back. I mean, not this many pictures, and also, probably you would ask the friend for the picture in the first place. You wouldn't just take it in secret. Anyway, I was feeling a little weird. All these things in this drawer. Why do you have these? When did he get them? My mind was running loose. Well, now I wonder what the maple syrup smelling thing was. I thought it was poison, but is it something else? Anyway. My mind was running loose, but I tried to keep my composure. This was Reggie. He was always so nice to me, so nice. As it turns out. Whenever you see a nice person in a piece of fiction, as it turns out, they're crazy. Maybe. Because obviously, if a character is just simply nice, and they're a main character, either they're a protagonist, or they have a contrasting personality to add some depth, to the character. Anyway, well, actually, I think I'm missing it. I reached in one last time. The pain in my head only increasing with each item I removed. Even though it's difficult to see, I could hardly believe my eyes. It was a plush. Oh yeah, it's a plush probably that was stolen in the diner. I wonder if this is different. I wonder if this image is different if we slept in the other bed. You know how you slept in the other bed? If you remember in the diner, if you slept in your own bed, then what turns out missing is mom's jewelry or something like that, right? But if you sleep in mom and dad's bed instead, then your plushie is missing, right? So like, this image is probably different depending what it is, depending what choice you made in the diner. It was a plush, my favorite plush toy that was stolen right out of my room. How rude. The same day I caught that terrifying stranger. Oh god, I felt like I was about to be sick. Reginald, what is all this? What's wrong with you? Aren't you supposed to be my friend? Is this Reginald I know? Even a real person? I felt dizzy, I felt sick. The room felt like it was spinning. My head throbbing. I tried to stand up, collect myself. When I caught a glance of the mirror, this is an eye again. I don't understand. What is this? My head. It hurts. It's like my heart is beating in my head. But no, that's not it. It's pulsing. I can't explain. This pain. It's indescribable. All of this, well, that's 13 years of bad luck right there. I need to get out of here. I changed back into my normal clothes as quietly as I could. I didn't want to make too much noise. Don't want to wake up the crazy Yandere stalker. And I certainly wasn't going to leave my clothes here or keep wearing the ones he gave me. Not after. I still didn't know where my phone was, but that didn't matter. As long as I could get out quickly and quietly, I wouldn't have to worry, right? When I was sure I was ready, I approached the door. I quietly turned the handle and pushed it open. It was pitch black in the apartment. I couldn't see an inch in front of my own face. The front door. It's not that far, right? If I just took my time, taking slow step after step. Okay, you know how I said before how like black screens and no music is like kind of bad in this game because it's usually fluff? Now this is how you use it, you know? This creates suspense because what's happening on screen is literally is you can't see anything, right? Mary can't see anything and therefore the reader also can't see anything. It's better when you do it this way, right? It actually adds. This is a good way to use silence and like a black screen. Otherwise, though, I feel like a lot. You know, again, I'm nitpicking, but all the other times when there was like no music and there's a black screen, there's nothing much happens. So it's like, you know, it's kind of like not necessary. But anyway, surely I could make it out without notice. I took a step forward, holding my breath like my life depended on it, because it must have at this point. Step, step, step. I reached my arms in front of me, so I could feel for the door as soon as it was in front of me. Step, step, step. Is Reginald a light sleeper? Is he even on the couch like he said he would be? I can't hear him snoring, or even breathing. Step, step, stop. I felt the wood of the door. Carefully, quietly, I threw my hands to the doorknob. It's locked. Of course, you always lock your apartment at night. I unlocked it since I was on the inside. It's stuck? No, no, no. No, 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 no. Please don't do this to me. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. It's open. Oh, thank goodness. Mary? He's behind me. I can feel his breath on the back of my neck. What are you doing up? I'm just trying to find the bathroom. You know. Whoop. Oh, Mary. That's right. I forgot to tell you. There's something about me. You need to know. I can tell when you're lying. Okay. You can do that? I mean, that's a remarkable skill because you can't really it's hard to do that in real life, you know? Because I mean for a variety of reasons. There's always it's a myth that you actually know when someone's lying for the most part. Unless you know them, I guess. Unless you really know them, I guess, maybe, but but for the most part, you can't really tell whether someone's lying if they're a complete stranger. You know, all these little clues about like whether you're looking up. You know the myth about like your eyes look either top right or top left, whether you're telling a story or remembering something or lying about something. That's not true because all those little signals your body gives away can mean anything. You know, it can mean you're nervous, or it can mean you're lying. It could also just mean you're telling the truth. You know, it could just mean many things. You just don't know. It just depends on the person. But anyway, I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, trying my best not to trip over any of the junk in the halls. I yelled out for help, hoping that someone would hear. I made my way to the staircase, stepping as fast as I could. It still didn't seem fast enough. I felt like I was choking at my own adrenaline. I had to catch my breath, at least for a second. Let me just save here, and for no, for no real reason, just save there. I felt a sharp pain in my head. I can't remember anything except for that. Okay. There was an option there, by the way. But I didn't click on it because, well, what happens? Huh? Where am I? What happened? Uh, my head. Okay, is this the door that was locked before, you know, when Mary was trying to get in? Wait, I'm It was Reginald, he... Oh god. Oh no. What's happening? I try to move, but I'm restrained. Yet again. That's what the rope is for. I try to yell, but my mouth is sealed shut. Perhaps it's better if I don't yell. I might let him know that I'm awake. But what am I supposed to do? I have to get out of here. I... I heard footsteps near the door. Ah, you're awake. Hello, what's up? This is what happens when you date a yandere. They trap you in a room, and then you live the rest of your life inside a small room forever. Thought you might be waking up around. Well, either that, either that, or they just straight up murder you. That's what happens when you date yanderes. At least from what I've seen in the anime. Anyway, I thought you might be waking up right around now. Good morning, sunshine. Oh, what's his glasses slightly broken for some reason? How are you doing? You've had quite a night, haven't you? You must be so exhausted. Alright. None of it matters, but... What are you gonna do? I can't say anything. My mouth is taped shut. Right. I suppose you can't say much like that, can you? I take that tape off of you if you promise not to yell, but... Hmm... It's never worked for me in the past, has it? In the past? But I mean, you and I, we've got such a connection. I'm sure I can decipher what it is you're trying to tell me. No, that sounds silly, doesn't it? It makes me sound like I'm crazy. But it doesn't change the fact that I can understand you. So go on, tell me what it is you want to say. Hmm. I mean, I know I know the answer to this. Probably, how long have you been following me? Probably ever since the first visit, first meeting, anyway. Are you behind the inscriptions? I don't think he would know about that. I don't know what they are, actually. I don't know what the inscription... I don't know if that will ever be explained, but I don't think he would be behind that necessarily. Um, I don't know. What are you doing to me? What am I going to do? Oh, darling, don't be scared. I'm not going to hurt you. I mean, not after that incident on the stairway, but no, 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 no. This is a good thing. Great thing, actually. Though I understand you can't see that, but you will soon. Then maybe you can begin to understand. You know, Mary, this is really nice. Being able to really talk to you. Isn't that so nice? It feels so natural, so freeing. But you can't see it that way, can you? That's so sad. After all I've done, the me that's before you right now, you don't even know him. I must look like a completely different person in your eyes. That is, that is tragic, truly. You don't know me. You never ever know me. And the real me is something or someone you wish you didn't. How much longer am I going to keep doing this? I hope this is the end, but despite it making me so miserable, there's something about it I love too. Maybe it's just because you're part of it all, you know? No matter how many times it happens, at least you're always something to look forward to. Oh, what am I saying? You can't even understand a bit of that, can you? I mean, in a way, In a way. Aha! Even like this, you got a sense of humor. Okay. That's just darling. Or maybe that's just you. Well, to keep it short, let's just say that I adore you. Say, Mary. Well, I'm just curious. How much do you know about me? Or perhaps it's more appropriate to say, how much do you think you know about me? Um, you know, again, I don't know if these choices matter. I think I know enough. Yes, I suppose it would seem that way. That's so cute in a way. That you think you know me so well. You must have felt so close to me, right? That thought alone makes me happy. You know, Mary, despite what you may be thinking of me now, I did so much to try and make you happy. You love funerals so much, so I tried to provide you with as many as I could. Again, remember that psychopath test? It's as you said, there's something wonderful in the process, and I couldn't agree more. Now, don't give me that look. It was all for you. Uh, but of course, you don't appreciate it, do you? I mean, it's not as if you ever do. I try so hard, and for what? You're never satisfied. If it never works, then maybe it's time for a change. And I should start trying something else instead. Let me start by breaking your legs. I mean, what? Uh, I'm so sorry. I'm scaring you again, aren't I? I don't mean to ramble. It's just, I don't get many opportunities to really talk to you like this, so I tend to take advantage of times like these. But that's stressing you, isn't it? I'll stop now. You should get some rest after all. As I said, you must be so exhausted, and you'll probably appreciate having that energy later. We've got a big day ahead of us. Enjoy your last morning here, even if you must enjoy the sleep. Well, I think I've said enough. Once again, I apologize. I did not mean to ramble so long. I'm just gonna finish setting everything up. It won't take too long, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere even though you can't. I felt tears begin to roll down my face. This can't be. This can't be it. There's gotta be something else. Some way out of here. I can't just... Something, please. Anything. Please help me. I just need to get out of here. This can't be how it ends for me. Please. Please help me. Now, since you asked so nicely... Nani? Nani? Ah, what? What happened? I'm free? I'm not free, but I shouldn't think about it right now. Probably take that off. Probably be painful, though. No. I have to focus on getting out of here. Okay, be calm about this. What's the first step? Well, what is the plan? I don't know. Window, grab the rope, pull the tape off for one. Pull the tape off, but quickly stop myself. If it hurts and I scream, then Reggie will be alert right away. That's the last thing I want to happen. I'll just have to leave it on for now. Okay, grab the rope. There's nothing I need to use that for right now. Well, you never know when you need rope. Okay, Mary? Every point-and-click adventure game, you would grab the rope. Anyway, window? I stepped towards the window and looked out. It was still dark outside. I'd hoped that since this was an apartment, there might be a fire escape on the window I could use to get down. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything of the sort attached to this window. It looked as if it was my only shot in getting out of here. But how? Jump rope? Jump rope? No, I was trying to say two things at once. I was trying to say jump out and use rope, and then my brain said jump rope. That's nothing. We're not gonna jump rope right now. We're gonna, let's see. Check the wardrobe. Wasn't there. I stepped carefully over to the wardrobe in the room. I tried to be light on my feet. I didn't want Reggie to know I was walking around. Thankfully, the wardrobe was not locked. I tried to prevent it from creaking as I opened it up. Yes, there's more rope in here. This should hopefully be enough to get me to the bottom. Okay. Even though things were looking up right now, I started to hear Reggie's footsteps stomp outside. I have to get out of here before he gets back. Hurriedly, I tied one end of the rope to the exposed pipe. I'd hoped it'd be sturdy enough to hold my weight, and that the knot I tied would be secure enough not to fall apart. I tossed the other end of the rope. The rope seemed close enough to the ground for me to get out safely enough. Well, here goes nothing. Ow. This is a little bit of rope burn, I guess. It's a good thing my mouth was still covered. I did not expect to slide down so fast on such a rough rope. I felt it tear through my skin like scissors on wrapping paper. It's fine. I just have to be more careful, going down the rest of the way. I made it to the bottom somehow. Aside from the raw and slightly bloody skin on my hands, I was safe. I was safe. I had to keep it that way. Run, 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 run. So much lot of blood on her hands. I ran up the alley I had escaped into the street. Once I was out, I noticed the sun, finally starting to rise in the sky. Hearing him say earlier that we had a big day ahead of us, it made me wonder if this was all his alarm to come back and get me. I wonder if he knows I'm gone by now. The further I got down the sidewalk, the more people I began to see lying in the streets. People getting ready to leave for work, sanitation workers starting on their routes. It made me feel safer. I'm going to remove the tape from my mouth. I just rip it all off at once and try to keep from letting more tears follow the pain. I toss it into the street trash can and then... Maybe I should have contacted help first, but I was so tired. I just want to go home. Okay, this is a bad idea. Call 911. What are you doing? Call 911, Mary. Hello? I guess she doesn't have her phone, though. So I guess there's that. There's no payphones? I guess you would... I mean, assuming she doesn't keep coins of her either. I guess she wouldn't use a payphone, but... she should at least get somebody, even a strangers. Like, go to the I mean, maybe they would call her crazy, but I don't know. At least try something. Get some help, I kept my hands hidden and I followed the entire time as I got into the bus. I didn't want anyone to see and start asking me about it. I'd take care of it once I got home. Home. I couldn't get there soon enough. I think Reginald knows where you live, Mary. This is a horrible idea. Anyway, the ride back to the stall felt like forever, and on top of that, I still had to walk to the cabin. Even though my hands felt like they were on fire, I felt a strange sense of calmness as the leaves and grass and sticks of the forest floor crunched under my feet, like nothing could hurt me here, even though I knew that wasn't true. Before I knew it, the cabin was in my sight again. Is that Crovin? Outside smoking on the porch. I thought you went out last night. Whatever, it doesn't matter now. Crovin! I called out. My voice still felt a little weak. I think it was just because of how exhausted I was. Crovin, Crovin! He picked up his head to look up at me, and ran over when he did. Seeing his expression, I couldn't help but start to cry. I had let a few tears escape here and there, but now finally feeling completely safe, I guess I couldn't help but just to let it all out. I tried to explain to him what had happened as best as I could, though I feel my thoughts were scrambled and I probably didn't make much sense altogether. I tried to tell him about Reggie, about how I thought he was my friend and that I trusted him. How I found things that belonged to me in his room and how he tied me up, how my hands got all scarred up from my escape and that was my only way out. He listened to all of it without saying a word, and just that look of bewilderment on his face. When I was finished is when he finally spoke. Hey, hold on for a second. I watched him swing around the back of the house, and heard the clang and noise of a few objects, and he walked back out front to meet me. Hey, Mary. Where did you say this friend of yours lives? Okay, an axe. I just want to talk. You gonna chop him up? I mean, I don't know if this is the correct solution. Should we go to the authorities for this? We really shouldn't be doing this on our own. This is, I don't know. Anyway, I stopped Crowing from doing anything heinous. I begged him that even though the police aren't always the best option, to please call them in this scenario. I mean, I would agree. You know, it just really wouldn't look good on us if we killed him instead. Because I mean, for one, then all the evidence will go away, right? We wouldn't be able to be punished for all his crimes if we just killed him, and then we just never learned about his whole ordeal. You know, he can't give a testimony if he's dead. Anyway, he agreed to do so. Perhaps I shouldn't have been there during the police investigation, but I felt like I had to be. Besides, I needed to be able to show them where he was keeping me. But wouldn't you know, it was the strangest thing, because it was as if Reginald had completely disappeared. Okay. It wasn't just as if he was gone, but everything surrounding him was gone too. His car, sure, but all of his personal belongings as well. The books he had, pictures he had, everything in the vanity. And not even just that. All his cabinets were empty, as well as his fridge. No clothes in the closets. It was as if this apartment was up for sale. I overheard one of the officer's walkie-talkies. Supposedly the workshop he ran was empty too. How could this be? It had only been a little over an hour since all this happened. There's no way that's enough time to pack up everything and just leave without a trace. Well, probably, he said he was preparing to do so, right? So he was already ready to leave, I guess. In the midst of the investigation, I noticed an envelope, clearly left on the floor. All of the officers seemed to step around it as if they couldn't see it, but it was in plain sight. I picked it up. Okay, what does it say? Dot, 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 dot. It's been a few weeks since then. Okay, we're gonna not tell us that. Things are back to the way they were before I met him. I don't see any crazy symbols anymore and get weird bouts of pain and dizziness as a result. That intense pressure I used to feel is like a far-off dream now. Reginald is gone. He's simply gone. Nothing that belonged to him here is here anymore. No one saw him leave, and some of his neighbors don't even seem to remember him. Okay, that's just weird. That's super weird. I thought he was just very good at disappearing, but I don't know. Like they had no idea that they had that neighbor despite him claiming to have lived there so many years. It almost felt like he never existed at all. But I know that's not true. Reginald was definitely here, and was as real as anybody else. In other better news, the rate of deaths in town has sharply decreased, and no one spreads rumors of a crazy killer anymore. I'm happy about that. I hadn't received any messages from a mysterious number, though. Every time I send something out, I never get a reply anymore. It's like all the people I knew are disappearing, just like Mom and Dad. I said everything that belonged to Reginald disappeared, but that's not true. Not everything did. The envelope left on the floor of his apartment. It contained a note. What did it say? Addressed to me. Mary, I must have given you quite a fright. You look so scared of me. I wish I could say I wasn't used to seeing that face. I understand that none of this is going to make any sense to you. It hardly makes sense to me. But I hope you can believe me when I say that what I did, it was only because I truly cared about you so, so much. And I know that even if you were able to see my reasoning, you wouldn't agree. And that's because you're such a good person. But I'm not. However, that's never stopped you from being my friend before. So the next time we meet, I hope we'll continue to stay that way. Yours forever, Reginald. Okay? Dear Reginald, stop being a psycho, please. You're right. I don't understand why you did what you did. And I guess I'll never know now. But even knowing the truth about you, I wish I could say it was easy to say goodbye. It isn't. Not even a little bit. It just feels like I lost a friend. And it's miserable. I wish I could understand why you did all that. But I just can't. So I hope the next time we meet, you explain it to me. I mean, I hope you don't meet him again, because he's just gonna kidnap you again. Probably chop you up into little itty bitty pieces. Anyway, I guess that's technically the good end. Alright, I'll be waiting for your mail. Next to the broken tombstone thing. You know, it doesn't really explain the whole magic thing, though. You know how the magic symbols, he got dizzy and everything? That was just never explained. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's like a supernatural aspect to this visual novel, especially the first two routes where she was able to communicate with the ghosts and everything. I guess for this route, though, she wasn't really communicating with the ghosts, but some other kind of supernatural entity. I don't know. No idea. Maybe we'll learn more in the true ending. For now, though, I want to see what happens. I don't know if it changes anything, but let me just go over here real quick. Right over here before the QTE. I don't know if it changes anything, but let's see. Duck. Ah, okay. That's what he dropped. Some kind of, device? I don't know. What the? Oh, sorry. I just grabbed the first item I could find. He wouldn't have hurt that bad, I promise. Okay. I kept running. No more time for breaks. Had to get away. Anyone hear my calls for help? Did any of them even care? I hope that at least someone called the police and they were on their way. God, I couldn't run fast enough. I pushed open the heavy front doors, hoping that once I was out, I could lose him somewhere in the streets. But, uh-oh. Okay. I scrambled to get out of his grip. Punching him in the face caused him to drop me, and I heard his glasses fly off into the sidewalk as I continued to run. I tried yelling at him for help again, but my voice, it felt like it was lost. The more I tried to force the words out of me, the more my body felt incapable of doing so. It was like I was in a dream. Even though I kept trying to run, it felt difficult all of a sudden, like wading through waves. Each step felt like it was dragging me down. I began to slow to a walk, but I couldn't stop moving. I couldn't stop. I had to keep going. Just one foot in front of the other, as long as I don't stop. Okay? My walking began to slow. I toppled over, but I still kept moving. On my hands and knees, I kept trying to get away. I could hear him, walking up behind me, step by step, at a leisurely pace, taking his time. He wasn't in any rush. He didn't have to worry. Darling, that's no way to get anywhere. He sounded so smug about it. Aren't you tired of trying to run away? Come here. I felt him grab me by the waist and lift me into the air as if I weighed nothing at all. Suddenly he was carrying me. Now, isn't that better? Don't you feel better now that you're resting? You don't have to worry anymore, darling. Why not close your eyes? You'll feel even better then. I'm sure of it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to be with him. I had no choice. I could feel myself slipping out of consciousness. Please, somebody. Okay. Ironically, I guess even if we ducked, this still happens, I guess. Come help me. I assume we just go back to where he was before. Yeah, okay, it's just this again. Alright. So there's no, okay, I just want to see what happened if you dodged it, but not much changes, I guess. Okay, I assume it's just same thing happens, alright. In that case, I'll just go back to my menu. Alright. There you go. So we just go back to, what happens before he disappears and everything, and then he writes a letter, and, Mary is really confused at this random yandere psycho stalker. That was nice to her. The only person that was nice to her, at least in the beginning anyway. I guess Kroven is a little tsundere, but he is pretty nice to her for the most part. At least by the end. Twila definitely not. But definitely Reginald was the only one that had manners. But as it turns out, nothing ever goes right for Cemetery Mary because he was also a crazy person that was totally trying to, like, I don't know, kidnap her, do yandere things. I don't know. It also seems to imply something else, not just love, but something deeper than that for some reason. I don't know what, like some kind of supernatural element to it as well. I'm just not sure. I don't know. Again, maybe that'll be explained in the true end. But there you go. But yeah, Reginald's route. I mean, definitely there's a, a new perspective on it because I played the other routes first, especially Twilla's route. You learn about him already, so the twist is not really surprising, but I feel like it's actually more entertaining, to actually learn about his character before even doing his route. I don't know. Maybe a bit better if you didn't know though, but it probably feel like out of nowhere. You wouldn't suspect him to do that, and then suddenly he's a psycho. I don't know. But at least for me, it was actually pretty entertaining because I already knew what his character was. But there you go, anyway. But yeah, next time, I guess, I will do the true end and maybe some of our questions will be answered. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess we'll see.